Hey folks, Kim Langer from Emerge Fitness, and I wanted to take a couple of minutes just to tell you a couple of things that I have discovered. It was over a year ago. It's been about a year and a half now since I took a DNA test. And this is the test that I took. It's a kit. I ordered it. It came to my house, cotton swabs in the cheeks, sent it off to a HIPAA compliant test lab, and I got this 40-some page report. And you know, as I'm looking over this report, and every day I read the reports of other people who share the reports with me. Now, because it is HIPAA compliant, I do not get to see any reports unless people share them with me. But the more and more that I have peeled back these layers of onions and discovered different things in the report, the more that I got to peel back the layers of onions and unlock my own body's capabilities, right, to trim, tone, and define even more. So what I have found is I have become leaner and more sculpted by just taking a few things that I have found in the DNA report and putting them into place. You know, 48 pages of information, it can be overwhelming, so you have to pick a couple of them and focus on those. Right off the bat, I knew from my report that I am not very efficient at fat loss when I exercise, which is a bummer to me because I love working out and that's what I do. So to find that my body doesn't respond well to fat loss when I work out kind of stunk. So what do I need to do? Well, says I need to really focus in on my diet. I can work out twice as hard for twice as long, or I can really focus and hone in on my diet. And that's what I've really been doing. So as this year has evolved, I have become more and more interested in figuring out how I can uncover the secret to, you know, sculpting my own body. So I'm going to show you a couple of things that I have discovered in my report, and then I'm going to show you some of the products that I have discovered had some of these things in it. So let me show you. All right, hey guys, so this is my DNA report, and again, I have just been peeling back the layers of the onion and just figuring out how I can trim, tone, and define my own body. I've had this report for over a year and a half, and I still learn something new every day. So right here you see I have a high sensitivity to carbohydrates. Well, what does that mean? That means sugar and other refined carbohydrates will trigger weight gain, inflammation, blood sugar imbalances. The impact is really great for me. For me, it's not about, and for most people, it's not about staying away from carbs. It's just eating the right kind of carbs and then understanding what carbs are. But the real thing I want to bring to your attention is my personalized guide. So when you do a DNA test, you will get your own personalized guide. And right here it says limit added sugar to no more than 25 grams per day. You guys, that's 100 calories. That's nothing. That will add up. So people that are adding maybe a little teaspoon of, which was me, honey, into my oatmeal every morning, or agave into my oatmeal, right? That's going to add up. I have protein bars. Guess what? It has 7 grams or 6 grams of sugar. Well, that gets added to it. So anytime that we add these little teaspoons of sugar, it's going to add up quick. So I want to limit, right? For me, it's really particular, no more than 25 grams per day. And the other thing is I want to have you focus in on this paragraph right here. Limit other refined carbohydrates. Really, really important. This is going to include most breads, all flours, white rice, instant oatmeal, anything labeled instant, and any ingredient with the word starch in the name, such as cornstarch. And you guys, I want you to pay particular attention because I'm going to show you a couple of examples of the word starch in couple of products that I used frequently, probably once per day, and never even thought to look for the word starch in this thing. All right, and here you go. I want to show you this page in my book. And again, I have just become more of a scientist when it comes to my DNA. So this says I have high sensitivity to dietary fats. Well, what does that mean? It means that my genetics are going to play a role in how my body utilizes fat and where the excess fat is likely to be stored for later. So I really want to pay particular attention to the types of fat that I eat. And if you see, it says it's very important to pay attention to the proper ratios. Eat more foods with olive oil and less soybean and safflower oils. And we all know that soybean and safflower oils are good oils, so everybody pretty much uses them, and probably everybody I coach uses olive oil. They really do stay away from soybean and sunflower oils and safflower oils. Well, I'm going to show you a couple of things which, again, I have just discovered are hidden in most foods. Again, I'm going to hone down into this blue box, and it's going to say limit my total fat, saturated fat, to 7% of total calories a day. I don't monitor it that closely. However, what I do monitor is the ingredient labels now. What I want to bring to your particular attention is this right here. Use extra virgin olive oil for salad dressings and light cooking. Okay, it says that it's good. It's a healthy fat. It's good for anti-inflammatory and anti-aging benefits. Other healthy choices, so I'm looking right here, would include walnut, flax, and avocado oils. Now this next sentence is where I want you to see. Avoid dressings made with corn, soybean, safflower oil, or sunflower oils. Okay? Again, I'm going to read that to you. Avoid dressings made with corn, soybean, safflower, or sunflower oil. And what I need to do is increase my intake of omega-3s, right? So the reason I want to bring this to your attention is we all know that safflower oils and sunflower oils and soybean oils are healthier fats for us. They're great omega-6s. But what has happened is, I'm going to read this right here, show you this right here. Okay, omega-6s, omega-3s are essential. Your body cannot get them, so you must get them from your diet. However, they are both required for normal growth and development, but consuming them in a high omega-6 to omega-3 ratio may promote inflammation and chronic disease. All right, so why am I showing you this? Why does that matter? I know you're all going to tell me you all use olive oil. I do too. I get it. I hear you. I understand what you're saying. But let me just show you a couple of things that you may not know. Okay? So let's just take, for example, popcorners, right? So when somebody sends me a label and says, are these okay to eat? And they read the label. What they'll read is right here, right? And it says you can get about 16 chips, 130 calories, carbohydrates about 17 grams. So okay, that would count as a carbohydrate. 2 grams of sugar, so we're doing well. Really not any protein, so this would really be like my carb, right? Fair enough. Well, let me read you the ingredients, okay? Ingredients: yellow corn, sunflower oil, right? Sunflower oil. It's the second ingredient listed, sunflower oil. And what did I just read in my DNA report? Avoid, right? Products with safflower or sunflower oils, right? So everything is made with safflower and sunflower oils. So this is kind of like a hidden thing that not bad, and you can have them on your diet. It would probably be a nice alternative. But when you have them in abundance, we do get that flip-flop of omega-6s to omega-3s. And that's what we want to be careful of, right? We just want to be careful because it says that if we consume them in a high ratio of omega-6s to omega-3s, it's going to promote inflammation and chronic disease. So just know that, right? It's not a takeaway. It's not ever to say that you can't have popcorn. Just keep that in mind, right? Because all of these things add up. Let's go to the infamous pretzels. These are baked. These were my all-time favorite. A couple of things. One, they're high on the glycemic index, so now I know that I really don't eat pretzels anymore. That was probably my my healthy snack that I would have. It's not fried. It's not potato chips. This was a healthy thing. I'd have it with hummus. but it is high on the glycemic index. And again, I have high sensitivity to carbohydrates, so this is probably not the best thing for me. Let's see what this has in it. It has corn syrup and soybean oil. Okay, so it's made with soybean oil, which my DNA report tells me to eat less soybean oil. So this has soybean oil in it and corn oil, so double whammy. And then my carbohydrates, it tells me to limit my sugars. Well, this is a double, triple whammy, right? Not only does it have the two different oils in it, but it also has sugar in it. So healthy snack, maybe not so healthy, right? And I'm doing this so you guys can understand when you say you're not losing weight, what is happening? Why aren't you losing weight? Well, this is why, right? This is why. We're eating all these healthy things, but we don't really understand how to read a label and how it's impacting our body. All right, so let me keep going here. So this is something, I don't buy any dressings anymore, so this is like the only thing I have left. I don't even use it. Food Network. It's a great, I thought it was a great vinaigrette that I can use. 2 tablespoons, 25 calories. That's why I bought it. It's like, ooh, bonus. 4 grams of sugar, so it's not bad. But again, there's sugar in here, so if I had that, along with my pretzels, right, with that protein bar, you see how that 25 grams adds up real quick. But I'm going to dig a little bit deeper. And so, yes, it has sugar in it. So not only does it have the sugar, but let's see, it does have extra virgin olive oil. And what this one has in it, so it's made with the good olive oil, which is great. So it's made with extra virgin olive oil, but it is it has modified cornstarch in it. A dressing, a flipping dressing, cornstarch, right? And my chart says, right, avoid anything, any ingredient with the word starch in the name, such as cornstarch. Cornstarch in my dressing, okay? Let's take a look at this, cottage cheese. Love cottage cheese, it's a great source of protein. I'm gonna take a look at it. Half a cup, 80 calories, so that's not bad. 13 grams of protein, bonus. This is 0 fat, so I'm like, awesome, right? This is what I want. But then I started reading the ingredients. Let's see. So it has skim milk, potassium. Oh, look at this next one, modified cornstarch. Cornstarch in my cottage cheese. So, long story long, what the DNA teaches you about yourself is a game changer. I can't explain the excitement enough. I have been, sitting on this report, like I said, for a year and a half, and each time I just discover something new and different every time, right? And people will share their DNA reports with me. They are HIPAA compliant, so I do not get copies of them. I do not see them. They have to share them with me. And as I'm reading through, because I like to read through and mark them up and then send them back to people so that they can hone in on the things that I just saw. And each time, it just allows me to dig deeper into reading ingredients a little bit more. I wasn't ever this much of a, food Nazi, right? I never dug that deep. I was really mostly concerned with the calories, right? And maybe the carbohydrates and if there was protein in it. But I never really dug deep into the ingredients. So a lot of people that are and it's almost every single woman and client that I talk to, they're very frustrated. They're, midway through life and they can't lose the weight and they can't figure out how they've gained this weight and they can't figure out why they can't lose it, and they eat healthy. All of them eat healthy. Well, this is healthy, right? This isn't bad. This isn't bad. And I thought this was good. And I certainly thought this was good, right? So I'm eating healthy. So these are just some of the things that I can teach you when you get your own DNA report. It's like, how can we hone in? How can we fine tune it? You guys, this is just the blueprint to your body, how you can sculpt and create and craft your own body, right? To maybe get rid of the inflammation to help you feel better, look better, feel better, perform better, because that's what we all want. And to teach you about the marketing gimmicks that are going on, right? We have no idea what is hidden in our food. And that's what's scary. So anyway, you guys, I hope that was helpful. I hope you understand what is hidden in your food, right? Cornstarch and salad dressing? Who would have thunk? Which is better? Sunflower oil, safflower oil, olive oil, right? Anyway, I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions or comments or concerns, look me up. Have a great day.